What's up, everyone? Welcome to Florida. We have a game here between our boy Sir Callan playing as Portuguese. We're on Florida, by the way. Welcome to Florida. And we have Sir Callan playing as Portuguese in blue, and Keturboy playing as the Germans in red. So if you don't know Callan, maybe you haven't been around AOE3 for a while, but this guy has been one of the most active guys over the years, along with myself, and he's gotten better and better, especially when he started caring more. He didn't used to care all that much, and you troll around quite a bit, but when he's playing serious, he's really good, and he's been doing that more lately. So excited to see what he's going to be able to do against Keturboy here, who is playing as the German, and this is a water map. Big time water map, so I expect to see some water play, especially from Callan, because throughout all those trolly times, he learned quite a bit. So he's going to be able to utilize the water, and I'm sure he's going to make lots of defensive buildings. He's been playing lots of Portuguese, so very interested to see how this game goes. This is super high level. Keturboy just won a tournament, the Winter Championships, ESOC Winter Championships. So he's at the top level as well. I think he just recently came over once the old servers went offline, and is now playing on DE for the first time in probably ever. So a new name to me, but this guy is definitely very good, already showing that in basically his first tournament. So yeah, very interested to see how this game goes. Let's take a look. Did Callan? Okay, oh wow. Okay, so definitely not gonna be. Well, okay, let's not say definitely, but not gonna be any early water play. This is a strictly land deck. And we got town militia. We have some defensive things here. We have the fort. Nothing too crazy like a late age 4 imperial type gameplay from that deck. I wouldn't expect. And Keturboy, basically this is what I would call a like ponds deck in my decks, where I put just the shipment flag cards in case you're trying to deny water. So he must have, well, I was going to say he must have picked his deck before Callan, which is often the case when you're going up against Portuguese. Sometimes they let it sit for a while and hide it. But you might want those in there just in case you do end up fighting over water. So, alright, let's take a look. Looks like Callan was able to get hunting dogs in with the starting crates in the free market that you get at the start of the game. Oh, having some issues there, a little stuttering. Okay, we're back up to speed. And did Keturboy, he got hunting dogs as well. So both utilizing that free age 1 market and treasures. Let's see. Looks like Keturboy is going for this 100 wood, waiting for the crack shots. Almost, I call it crack shot, but that's a different ability. This is a sharpshooter attack, but about to take that first shot and finish it up. Callan, meanwhile, working on this 70 coin treasure. So I think based on this and the fact that he's eating sheep, Keturboy is going to go for a 16 pop age up. Will he be able to kill this in time to avoid any idle TC? But it's going to be close. Yeah, I think he will. So that's going to be really nice. An idleless 16 pop age up for German. You don't always have the chance to do that because of the sheep and the free market. He's able to do that on this map. Could honestly even get gang saw started right now, which should be nice for the TP gathering. But maybe he goes for it now. Maybe he'll just opt against. Oh, okay, there it is. He could have got it in queue a little bit earlier, but that's totally fine. And over to Callan. What is his build? What is his age up actually? Naturalist. I want to say that's 2 vills and 2 cows. Not 100% sure. Quartermaster's 400 wood, so definitely not that. So yeah, it's got to be the 2 vills and 2 semi-fattened cows. He's herding in his 2nd and 3rd hunts already. Very nice to be doing that, especially as Portuguese. You need a ton of food, so he's going to be getting that in his base in no time. Looking like he's going to go for a trade post as well. And will he switch his vills off of wood after that? Or is he going to gather up for either placer mines or steel traps? Wood count. Let's see. I think he's leaving 1 on wood right now. I wonder if he's gonna if that's just because he's hurting or if he's gonna gather a little bit more wood for steel traps. We'll have to see. We'll come back to that. In the meantime, trade post is going up for Keturboy as well. Is it Keturboy or Keturboy? Probably Keturboy. Let's go with Keturboy. There's an E there anyway. Placer mine's coming in for him. He is hurting his second hunt as well. Has he taken a couple shots? Second and third, I should say. So yeah, both of these guys are really bringing in their hunts for the mid-game safe gathering. Keturboy gathering quite a bit of wood. He might be going for the 225 or 325 gathering to go for like an Ulan semi-FF. You can do that to get your houses in and not have to buy wood. It looks like he's at 240-ish, so we'll have to see what he's intending to do with this resource distribution. Age up comes in. He doesn't have a shipment yet because he ages so quickly for Germany. Let's go. Callan getting that second covered wagon, second TC, and he gathered a bit of wood, but never ended up. I guess that Vil was just chopping a tree while herding. Didn't want to kill a deer, or I think it was a deer over there. So he did age up with the 2 Vils and 2 semi-fattened cows. And looks like he's just going to go with a pretty simple, straightforward FF. Try to get up super quick. Probably send 5 goons once he gets up. A church. Okay, so maybe that's what he was calculating for. A church. Oh, wait a minute. I have to, when you see a dock, something random like that into the mix, I am like, okay, calculations are kind of out the window. It's hard to calculate for a church. Steel traps, house, dock. That's a lot of wood. Basically just gathering a ton of wood and a coin enough for steel traps, but still gathering additional coins. So we'll have to see what he's going to end up doing with that. Let's check his line of sight. He doesn't see, maybe he's just assuming that his opponent is going water. That actually could be a, well, no, he checked the deck. He would know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious why he's still gathering coin. We'll see what he does with that pretty shortly. But Callan's got the second TC up. He's now queuing up a villager. He's got enough coin for the age up, so he might even cancel a vill. No, I think he's going to let one of them finish eating up the sheep. He's going to get up pretty quick. Ulan are not going to get any damage done before he clicks up. Maybe some idle time. No, not even. So he's already clicking up now. Yes. Ethiopian Queen. Okay, that's one I don't know. I think I faced that once or twice. I think it gives a couple mercenary type units. And I think they're pretty good. I think they're anti-cav as well, so maybe that's what he's going for there. And Keturboy still making a few fishing boats.
Hello.
Did not get amalgamation. Did get steel traps and placer mines though. 700 coin coming in. He's gathered enough coin. So maybe that's why he was slow gathering coin, so he can get the 300 for the age up. And still gathering a little bit of wood to keep the fishing boat production going. Scouting the shoreline with his Ulan, finding that there's no dock, at least close to Portuguese own base. Now he's probably gonna head this way and check the coast entirely. And think to himself, did I slow down my age up unnecessarily? Am I going to be in trouble with lots and lots of Dragoon? Because I'm going to be up a little bit slower. Maybe I won't have time to get enough skirmishers to counter Dragoons. Who knows what he's thinking to himself, but I think he's going to make another fishing boat or two, and he's slowly gathering this crate. Could put another silver wagon on there. Age up a little bit faster, but he'll get up very shortly anyway. Some Vil fighting from Callan, trying to save this explorer, and he just might. No. But the Ulan are going to go down, at least 2 of them. Probably halfway of a third one as well. Maybe an entire third one? Oh, that's... Wow! That TC was taking forever to shoot. That's a little bit annoying, but okay. So, Callan went 700 coins, 700 wood, getting a stable and a barracks down immediately. He's going to drop some houses as well. Steel traps coming in. Now, the question is, where is he going to put his third TC? It's going to be back here. It's going to be up front. He sees these Ulans still out there, so I'm guessing it's going to be back this way. Or it could be right in base. Who knows? But I don't think there's enough hunt for him to want to keep it in base. I think he wants to expand out, get that on another safe hunt. And so for now, okay, these are the guys, Shotel Warriors, elite Shotel Warriors. They're actually, okay, they're like Coyote Runners. They're good against ranged infantry, so not anti-cav, definitely not. But they do have some decent stats. He's going pretty aggressive, honestly, with this third TC. Going in front of his base, okay. 1,000 wood is going to be following it up. So that's going to get him more infrastructure. He's not going to have to gather for houses for quite a while. And our other player here going for 1k wood as soon as he clicks up. How many fishing boats? He's got 5 fishing boats here. Alright. Not bad, not bad. That's a pretty decent eco for Germany. No amalgamation, which you don't always see that, but try to keep up. You might want to get that against Portuguese, but if you, yeah, not very common, I would say, as German. 1k wood is hitting the floor. What is he gonna do with that? Because right now he did make a stable. He's got war wagons in queue. He's gonna get a nice batch, like probably 4, maybe even 5, depending on how he wants to macro and maybe sell. You know, and if he gets a house up in time, which he's power dropping with 4 settler wagons, it's so close. He's gonna get it just in time. More fishing boats coming from this. So it's an interesting composition against Portuguese. I think maybe next is 1k coin, then Jaegers. That'd kind of be my guess, based on him going war wagons. Ooh, but we see a second TC. That's interesting against Portuguese to try to keep up with the eco. He's got some fishing boats. Adding in a second TC, he'll definitely keep pace. Ooh, I thought for a second that was the town center. No, a little bit of wall deletion there, just to maybe reestablish. I don't know. Maybe he wants to bait his opponent. Let's see what Callan's got going on. He's got some goons in queue, some on the way from the shipment. He's a little bit house right now, dropping a couple in the back of the base right now, try to get them completed. And yeah, a little bit of TC fire, not too much, just 1 bill in there. So these war wagons, I mean, they don't want to take range damage because they don't have any range resist, but that's only 9 damage per shot, so not much damage at all. All right, so Callan's probably feeling pretty good. He's like, okay, I got, well, maybe not too good because he only has 1 safe hunt left in his base. He could wall here and bring this hunt a little bit closer. But he's getting his skirm goon composition built up slowly. He's going to need to drop some more houses, and that's what he's doing here to finish off that little wall. Or extend that wall, I should say, not finish it off. Does he have amalgamation? No, he does not. He needs to get great coats as well. Yeah, he's just pretty low on the Castador count right now. Trying to get another batch. Will he finish it off? Yeah, oh, finishes all 5 actually, so that's pretty good. Last second training there. And let's head back over to Keturboy, who has shipped 8 skirm. Okay, so he's going for a bit of a push here, thinking he might have a little bit of timing, but honestly, I don't know. I mean, that's the thing when you're facing Portuguese. These Castador are so efficient in the skirmisher trades. 18 damage only, and only 110 HP, but 45 range resistance, so they end up winning those trades. And they're more efficient resource-wise because the lower cost of food versus coin. And there's that wall that I was talking about. I was going to stop myself and say, yeah, they cost food, which is nice, but when you're so limited and you use so much of it like Portuguese does, it can actually be a negative thing until you get later into the game. So for now, I think Callan's going to be able to hold this. Let's see how much of a push Keturboy can get done here. He's making more war wagons, and more are on the way. It's just kind of an interesting unit choice in this matchup. I don't really agree with it. Ooh, only getting 1 out of that batch because he's housed. He's low on wood and overpopped. Oh, now he's switching to Jaegers. Okay, that's making a lot more sense to me. but I guess he hadn't seen Callan's army. So now that he sees it, it's purely range based. You got to get something to poke through these Castador or these Dragoons. And yeah, that's going to be the choice. I do like the fact that he's got 2 TCs to try to... Because like if you're 1 TC against Portuguese in this situation where you know you can't push into their base and they're starting to secure more and more hunt and get deeper and deeper into the game, get closer to that late game, then you're in trouble if you're on 1 TC. But the second TC, I think you can scale a little bit with them, and this way you have map control. You can claim the hunts, so you don't have to switch to mills like they will. So it just kind of makes it a bit closer economically throughout the game, especially adding in that dock, which he is at 8 fishing boats now. Not a huge investment, but definitely helping out quite a bit. These are both on coins, so that's interesting to note that he's, if he wants to fish at some point, which he probably will once the hunt runs out, he's going to be able to do that. But for now, it's just on coin. Yeah, and he's just getting a lot of high value units. These war wagons, more of them are going to be coming out probably. Ooh, if he's housed again. Germany uses up so much population space, it's ridiculous. But he's going to get a full batch of 5 of them and queue up some skirmishers. So he's got a nice army. This is going to be a better timing push. And he's also going to add in, what, maybe cav combat, I would think, here. Probably what you want to do, yeah, when you have so many war wagons and this amount of Ulan. Scout, native scout getting picked up. Actually was able to spy on a lot of this, so that's interesting. I didn't even catch that earlier. So how many war wagons? We have 11 of them now. Yeah, this is going to be veteran Ulan as well. Let's see. He's trying to push right now, actually, like leading the way with Ulan when he knows his opponent has some Dragoons out there. So he's really feeling the pressure. He's thinking he's got to go and go now. So let's see how this ends up going for him. He's going to idle lots of Vills. Ooh, this is interesting. A veteran Hussar. Yeah, that's really a Hussar shipment. Oh, he does. He was able to get some Huss in from the stable. Double stable, actually. And double Hussar production in queue right now. So both of these guys going for a pretty big timing here. Ooh, I think Keturboy was able to see those Huss with that native post temporarily. But let's see how close the timing is. And the Huss pop, we have a huge fight that's going to be taking place. War wagons are a little bit forward, but they're going to get some good shots on the Huss. They're dropping pretty quick. Castadors, how many do we have? 19. They're not going to one-shot a Dragoon, a war wagon, I don't think. So I think Germany's in a pretty good spot here. Probably feeling a little bit hesitant. Oh, okay, here we go. We had a little stutter there. A little bit hesitant about that pop. You know, when you're not sure, you know that your opponent wants to push right now. They feel like they have a timing. You're a little bit hesitant to go in, but I think he still has a nice mass. These Jaegers are going to do so much work. 40% range resist, 250 HP, and 30 range attack. So they're going to beat the Castadors and tear through the Dragoons. Not enough Huss. What's the next shipment? Maybe Halbs if you can get a pop? He's trying to add cast to the composition. And he's looking for a surround here. Let's see what Keturboy sees. Oop. Here we go. He doesn't see this flank coming in. He does see the Huss going straight at the skirmishers. Trees are in the way, so this I think is going to be very bad for Callan. It's going to be tough to get all these units through, but again, the Castadors will be protected from the Ulan, so maybe this is a good position. Castadors not quite able to one-shot the war wagon. They're taking one down there. More reinforcing war wagon in poor position. Trees are now starting to help out Portuguese player. Veteran Hussar are getting their way in finally, but there's still so many war wagons. And here comes a huge flank 9 Ulan shipment coming in for Keturboy. Lots of skirmishers and Jaeger still alive. Villagers tanking, trying to block and soak up damage. Keep the Castadors alive. Let's go back onto full vision and go on to Callan's point of view. He's got 16 Castadors with reinforcing ones coming in. 11 Dragoons. It's a lot of units, but there are massive amounts of skirmishers and Jaegers in there. He's gonna have to back up here, and I think he's lost a significant amount of villagers. More Hussar are in queue. Finally, the 3 organs are going to be coming in. This is exactly what he needs. He's going to have to hold on for just a little bit because this shipment does take some time to come in. More Hussar. He's got a really good composition right now and really ate into that war wagon mass. So these organ guns, if they can get a good pop, I would almost be tempted to pop them right here. I'm a little bit aggressive on my pops though, so maybe that's not the way to do it. But you see the big problem here that Callan is starting to run into is the hunts are finally running out in base. He is adding in a dock, but it's quite late. And he's just in a lot of trouble right now. He needs to get some really good value with these organs because he's starting to move out onto the map. Explorer sees that. This town center is about to go down. Organs drop at the main TC. Callan's going to play it a little bit more patiently and just kind of try to secure this hunt, I think, and hopefully... Oh, maybe he can get a good volley here. Organs are set up. Keturboy is a little bit out there. War wagons are back in mass. Oh! Nice shot. Not quite getting 2 units, but nearly killing 2 Jaegers. So a pretty good shot there. Kind of wish you got a little bit better, but I think Keturboy's going in again. Owen are leading the way. Organs get a massive shot on that one. War wagons going in as well. Great positioning from the organ guns. Callan is really microing this well. And the war wagon count, while it's still high, it's not doing that much. And the veteran Hussar are starting to get on the skirmisher and Jaegers. So this fight is going very, very well for Callan. In this situation where he really needed it to work out, it is doing just that. He's got still tons of idle villagers that are finishing up hunts inside the base. Minutemen came out just to add a little bit of extra DPS to the fight. And they're also getting some more information on the reinforcing masses. Tons and tons of war wagons. Let's take a look finally back at the German player here, who's been on 2 TC for a while. He's at 67 villagers. That is a massive, massive amount of villagers for Germany at the 16-minute mark. He's added in more fishing boats. He's now at 14, and that second TC has been working for an extremely long time, and he is looking very good. I would have to say. Dragoon's getting a little bit too far out. They're going to lose. Oh my gosh, a triple shot there. So 4 or 5 total. Villagers getting too aggressive as well, thinking that they had it clean. Let's see what the organs can do again, because they're going to have to do a lot of work in this fight. A nice quick shot from the Castador, getting 1 war wagon, but many goons and villagers dropped in that little extension of Callan's units. A frigate is now coming in for Keturboy. Does he have this much of a game sense? I mean, I guess, you know, it does make sense. You look at the map, you see just how aggressive Callan was getting for the hunt, and you realize that he's got to be resorting to water at this point. So that's exactly what is happening, and he timed it perfectly. He needs to get that frigate moving, but in the meantime, we have a huge fight where this could be the game if it goes well for Germany. It just seems so fragile, and more villagers going down for Callan. This army seems so fragile. The wall placement is perfect, beautiful idea, but I mean, I just don't know. There's like 10 goons here. Is that enough to protect them? 11 spamming fishing boats. Callan's got 3 docks, but he has no idea his opponent has a frigate, and here it comes. Now, he can beat this. He can fight this. He can triple garrison here. He can make his own. He's looking at the docks because he just queued up Gilness. He can make his own frigate, which I think he's canceling and soon to be doing. But, man, it's looking pretty rough. I got to tell you, 56 villagers only for Portuguese. Wow. That's just so smart. How did these Ulan get here? How did they sneak in? That's crazy. But when you're behind as Portuguese, that's not a good thing. When you're behind in villagers to Germany. So that early second TC is just genius by Keturboy. And we have cavalry, hand cavalry attack. I believe that's hand cavalry attack. Team, hand, and range cavalry attack. Okay, so that is for both. I don't know why I always thought that was just for. Maybe they changed that at some point, but more damage from the war wagons will be coming in. Their attack currently is 52. Let's see what it is after this. 58. So yeah, wow, that's pretty significant. But Callan is pushing in. All the docks being cleaned up by Keturboy. But is his economy a little bit vulnerable right now? I'm not sure it's gonna matter, but yeah, I guess this mine gets caught. If we can get an Organ gun raid, that is so many units, it's looking pretty rough. It is looking pretty rough. But 14 vills are in this tower. Settler wagons are in a little bit of trouble, but man, their range resistance plus that HP. Oh, organs might be going down to just 5 war wagons. One of them gets down to half HP. It's gonna be a huge fight. I don't know. War wagons are out in front. Oh, and he's just using the vills. He's getting war wagons. He's just sacking war. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the organs very quickly dropping. Very smart to just send in the war wagons. Maybe sacrifice 1 or 2, maybe 3, whatever. As long as you can take out the organs and keep your skirmishers and Jaegers safe, which they are. So is Callan seeing this town center for the first time? Yeah, he is about to. And I think things are going to start making a little more sense as to how you get such a huge mass from Germany here. Yeah, he sees that town center and he's like, oh, I wonder how long that was there. And yeah, that's where we're at right now. Callan is probably starting to realize, oh, there, yeah, that's exactly when you know he's finally realized that there's nothing more that he can do, that we have a GG. And yeah, classic Callan delete. We even got the town centers. Not all the buildings. Sometimes he gets all the buildings, but not quite. Yeah, that was just very well played by Keturboy. I was very surprised to see that dock. I don't know. I guess he just made that decision. He didn't see any water cards in the Portuguese deck, and I guess that was just his strategy right from the beginning. It's just, hey, let's do a bit of a semi-FF like we always do as Germany, or usually do, and let's add in some fishing boats, 5 fishing boats, which he did early on, and then added some more later. Get the church for more XP. Just basically get pretty greedy, and he went with the standard 3 settler wagons, 700 coin, and did he send 7? He did not send 700 wood, so he went 3 settler wagons, 700 coin, and then 1k wood in H3. So yeah, I mean, just getting that this is the key right here. That second town center, getting that early on and just keeping up with the economy of Portuguese, and then utilizing map control. Like if you can keep an even economy, and then when it's the point where your opponent either has to extend out on the map or switch to mills and estates, you're gonna be ahead. So very smart to utilize that. When he saw his opponent, basically the 2 TCs very close together, and then the third one, he made that decision, and it worked out very well. Look at the amount of resources he has right now. This is just crazy. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.